You sit where you are and you look up at the ceiling.
Yes,
makes
yes,
you
yes.
feel good.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody knows why. But it does.
Yeah. Well, if you think about the opposite,
Looking down makes you feel bad.
you know, when we're depressed or
That's
we're
right.
not feeling well,
We
what
look
do
at
we
our
do?
shoes.
We slouch.
Yeah.
You know, our shoulders go down
Yeah.
and we look down and we exhale mostly.
Sigh. Yeah.
Sigh. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. And it's so if we do the opposite, right?
That's right.
Okay.
So see what I would suggest, like, why hasn't anyone, or why isn't there a course? A course actually, this is a course I would love to teach at the Sunshine Center, but I'm just in the process of doing the
Putting it
research.
together.
Yeah. Is basically a course called Act Happy. But part of the problem is when you do this is that there's a second part of it. People are afraid of they're afraid of they're afraid of acting. This is a part of it, because to do some of these, and even some laughter yoga, one of the problems that laughter yoga has is that it requires a certain amount of what you might call fakery, which is what they say, one of their favorite slogans in laughter yoga is fake it till you make
Fake
it.
it so you make it. Yeah.
Well, that is
That's
because
mine. That's my favorite slogan. Yeah, I love
it
it.
applies to many things in life.
That's right.
But we live in a world where people are very concerned with authentic emotion, and if you're seen as faking things, people think, oh, either you're pretentious or it's annoying or it's weird. But in fact, what I'm starting to come to believe is that acting itself, the art of, let's say, acting, is actually much more important and people realize it's not just something you do in drama class. Acting might be a real way of improving our lives. Acting, which really sounds strange, and a lot of people are like, "Well, that's isn't our acting invented by
Shakespeare?"
Shakespeare invented it, and I'm like, no. Here's a really interesting example of where acting comes from. The other day, I'm sitting in my yard, and all of a sudden, my cat runs up to me, and the cat looks strange because it's got a chipmunk in its mouth, a dead chipmunk, and I'm like, oh no, the cat killed the chipmunk, and I go to the cat, okay. Give me the chipmunk and I'll bury it. So the cat kind of comes towards me. As a cat comes towards me, it drops a chipmunk. Chipmunk hits the ground.
Running.
Runs away. The chipmunk was acting. The chipmunk was doing a performance. It was playing dead. And if you study
survival of the fittest.
Survival of the best actor. And you see this across the animal world, that acting actually is and performance is much more important than we realize.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. Just letting everyone know, you're listening to CIDI 99.1 FM. The alternatives, you've got choices, and we're here with Albert. This is Ilya Kavukis, and we're just talking about acting. Acting to improve your mood. Fake it till you make it. So I'm just curious, what is the difference between Laughologgy and...
Laughter yoga?
Laughter yoga, yeah.
Laughter yoga has a specific history, which is this guy, Madan Kataria, in India. Yeah. Basically, what he does is he connects two things. The science, certain aspect of breathing in yoga, because one of the parallels between yoga and laughter is that laughter is always an outward exhalation. And we know in yoga, when you do yoga, there's a lot of exhaling, and exhaling calms you.
That's right.
It's one of the positive aspects of laughter too. So what he did is he took some of the outward exhalation aspects of yoga and combined them with chanting, laughing exercises. And created laughter yoga. But I see laughter yoga as just like a quarter of the way. You could go much further. And people are doing it. But it's sort of the beginning of this idea of, there's no word for it, but let's call it active positive mood. Meaning you don't have to wake up and be stuck with the mood you woke up with.
That's
you can
right.
change your moods.
Yeah.
And you can make yourself enjoy your life more. Simply by exercising positive emotion. And that's a very new idea.
Give us some examples.
Well, this isn't my idea, but I think Buddhists have been doing this for probably thousands of years. An ancient idea that you can, that the first thing you do when you wake up and you're conscious is that you smile. And that we know that the scientific explanation for that is that you produce a positive hormonal effect that may be minor, but the day is sort of like an unwinding film spool, so that you start with a slightly more positive feeling and it unwinds in a more positive way. And there's another addition to this idea was invented by a local resident named Margot Zubrig, you may know about. she was taking a laughter contest with me, and not laughter contest, sorry, laughter workshop. And she was like, how do I integrate laughter into my everyday life when I'm not, it's great at a workshop, but how do I integrate it? And so she had this idea, I'll just try laughing in the shower. And she invented shower laughter, and I highly recommend it.
Nice, yeah.
Get up in the morning and laugh in your shower, because if you just laugh like sitting at the breakfast table, people might think, might feel weird.
And you might choke on your breakfast.
You might choke on your breakfast. So instead, what you do is you laugh in the shower, and also something about the water and you having, kind of a dialogue works. And I don't do it all the time, but I do it quite regularly, and I find shower laughing is tremendous.
Oh,
but it's an example. But you see, what I'm thinking is that this stuff is all yet to be discovered. It really would be a great, I'm trying to initiate a project to figure this out, but that would be a big project to figure out how we can exercise positive emotion in all the realms, not just laughter. Laughter is just a part of it.
That's right.
In all the realms. And that's, I'll give you a really funny, what got me thinking about this, just tell you this crazy story about Tom Cruise. Well, you may not know this, but Tom Cruise has rescued several people in his life.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's kind of a hero in real life, too. Now,
real life,
that's weird because everyone thinks like Tom Cruise is a person, he's a bit of a doofus. Because he's a overpaid movie star character, and but what happened was a woman was in a boat somewhere in California. I can't remember the exact story, but she fell out of the boat into the ocean, stormy seas. But it was actually near a dock, I think, and she was drowning in the ocean. And all of a sudden, this man jumps in where no one else would and pulls her out of the ocean, saves her life.
Wow!
Turns out it's none other than Tom Cruise himself. Now. Was
it a stunt? Was there cameras somewhere?
There were no cameras rolling,
by?
but the people were like, "My God, Tom Cruise saved that lady!" and what was amazing about this, I did a bit of research and I found out, Tom Cruise did it on another occasion where somebody was in some kind of trouble in there during a wildfire, and Tom Cruise saved them.
So why do you think? Why?
Will Smith saved somebody's life. Recently, Brad Pitt saved somebody. And I was like, okay, so this is interesting. All these leading men have become heroes in real life, and I was like, why would that be? Is it because they're made of heroic material? Well, that might be true. Maybe they are made of something special, that's why they're movie stars, etc. But I think that something else is more likely. They practice courage. They go through the motions, and some of their stunts are very real. They leap into oceans, they jump off of helicopters.
Sure. They have to do part of that, yeah.
Famously, Tom Cruise does a lot of his own stunts for real.
Okay.
So in the act of practicing courage, and this has been observed.
Yeah.
People who practice courage are more courageous in real life. You often hear about this where an off-duty paramedic or an off-duty cop saves somebody's life in a difficult situation.
That's right.
Is it because they're made of more courageous stuff than the rest of us? No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it's because they practiced.
That's right.
And so that's why there should be more practicing of things like courage at the Sunshine Center.
Hey, thank you. Okay. well, that'll be on the agenda.
Yes.
We don't have much time left. I wanted to talk to you about what do you think is happening here? Because you came from Toronto you moved to Knowlton not long ago. What do you think is happening in Knowlton? What's going on?
I think that
bedroom town here.
I think that this has been a very good summer for Knowlton. There's a lot of energy. The town was looking down, and it's like Knowlton had passed out in an alleyway, and lately it started looking like it's got some new clothes. Yeah. But it's really looking a little better, and with the Celtic Festival, the film festival,
good.
The Sunshine Center.
Yeah, not far away.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Albert, for coming.
My pleasure.
It was a wonderful pleasure. You've been listening to Alternatives. You've got choices. Bye.